He's back again. Crazy possessed bird. Looks like he doesn't know whether he's coming or going. Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to Spectacle Island. So we're just getting the diesel topped up here in the tractor, or at least a little bit more diesel in it. Probably get one more and we'll go and grab another one. Have to clamber in around here amongst everything we've got stacked in the shed at the moment. Makes it a little bit tricky. Go, that one will do. So, plan for today. Obviously we got all our oats harvested last time, we got our sheep. So we have 2 fields to plough. There we go, that's all full up. 2 fields to plough up, or only 1 field to plough, sorry. This field here needs ploughing. The other field we need to collect the straw off. We're going to take that down to the bale sell point and get that sold. And then we need to get that one planted as well. Now this one doesn't need ploughing, it does just need cultivating and planting. So we'll just have to figure out what crop we're going to put in here next time. I'm thinking something like some soybeans maybe, and I might even double plant the soybeans. The other thing I want to do, I've been looking, I reckon we can take a few more trees out. Now that we've got that field so large, I don't want to merge them, but I reckon if we take out a few more trees, almost from this one across, we keep sort of a double row of trees through there. Take out a few more trees and just expand this field here a little bit, and seeing we're going to be ploughing it, it's probably the best time to do it. So that's another thing on the cards. There's plenty to do. A few other things I want to look at doing in the next, probably this is a little bit more long term. Look at adding a few more animals on the farm. We've obviously got the sheep as I said, but look to get some horses. That was part of the reason we grew the oats. I do want to try and figure out if we can get this windmill here repaired and generating some water, pumping some water for us so we have water on the farm. At the moment we are having to use that tanker and run down to the bale sell point and collect some from there. And the other thing, I still am working on getting this truck going. We're close. It doesn't look like much, but I reckon once it's been painted, new set of tyres, few parts, and I reckon we'll get it up and going. And that'll be fantastic to have with the larger capacity in there. So we're going to keep on working on that. Now just while I'm here, I'm going to grab one of these buckets as Mark Thor had suggested to me. I can get them off the bonnet. Alright, there we go, we have that one. What Mark suggested to me actually is to try and put the oats, those last 4 litres, in one of the buckets. So if we just top up on here, we'll open the auger out. If we can position the bucket in the right spot and get it to drop into there. Not sure if this is going to work or not. Doesn't look like we're going to have any joy with that. Maybe that I'm not under the trigger. Not quite sure. There we go. I've unloaded those last few oats to the ground, and then using the bucket we can scoop them up. There we go. That's got those tidied up and at least out of the way. There might only be 4 litres, but at least they're not in the combine for when we come to use it next time. We'll just put these over here in the back along with everything else. There we go. Right, so first things first, let's jump in the tractor. Now it's full of diesel. It does need a few repairs made on it sometime, so we'll have to get the toolbox out and get that done. But for now, I'm going to hook the loading wagon up here and we're going to go and start getting some of the straw collected. All hooked up to the loading wagon. I'm going to get down to the field down here. There's our sheep, they're all looking pretty happy, grazing across the grass there. But if we come down here and get into the field, 15,000 litre capacity in this loading wagon. I figured this will probably be quicker than baling it all and then having to pick it up. 15,000 litres, those bales are only 650 litres, so we probably have to do almost 20 of those, or more than 20 of them. 20 would be 13,000 litres, so 20 of those smaller bales just to get one loading wagon equivalent, so it would take us a wee while to get this all picked up. I might come over and bale some just to put it in a shed and keep it for maybe for the horses, or we might have some other cattle to get in the future where we might need some straw. But let's just crack into getting this picked up and taking it down to the barn, the hay barn. I changed my mind. I figured that it was earning us quite a decent amount of money actually, as loose straw being sold, $700 a load, and I think we've taken about 7 or so loads down there. And also figured it's probably going to be a wee while before we're going to be able to in a position to get any horses or other animals that are going to need some straw. So we were better off selling it, and rather than trying to clutter our sheds up any further. This is our last load, about 80% full, and we'll go down and get this sold. Then we'll head back, and I need to have a look at what options we have with our seeder. I'm not sure if it's actually a direct sow or whether we actually have to cultivate that field. In which case we might have to go down towards the shop and have a look at some options for cultivators, because at the moment we only have the plough. It'd be nice to be able to pick up something just a little bit wider, but we'll I'll go and have a look at that, and then we'll make some decisions. Let's just get this all disconnected and then move out of the way. Now, I've had a talk to the dealer. Neither the planter we have nor the seeder for this tractor is a direct drill, so we are going to have to get a cultivator, or we're going to have to plough that other field using the plough we already have. So what I think I might do, if that's what we have to do, I'm going to actually start in this field. I'm going to get this one ploughed up and done first, but it means we have to go over and clear those trees out. So we might as well go over, get the ones we want cut down, and then we'll come back over and start getting them tidied up and sold down at the sell point. I might actually sell a couple of loads of firewood, because if we take the tractor down to get a cultivator, we can sell them at the same time as that. I'm just going to go through and cut down the ones we want to get rid of, and then we'll have a look at the field we're going to end up with. So just standing back here at the top of the bank, just looking along, we've got a pretty good line there. I'm just wondering about whether we take that tree out as well or not. I think, though, we'll just do a straight field across there. That'll leave us a decent grass bit here in between. That was quite handy actually for turning around or unloading on. So we use that tree as our sort of corner marker. We'll end up doing a straight line all the way down here. We'll make it a much nicer field edge. And then we get to about here, and we'll go straight across towards the tree you can see there in the distance. That's it's going to make that field quite a lot bigger. So we need to go through, we need to get all of these de-limbed, cut up to a size we can put them on the trailer. We'll get some cut up and put in firewood as well. Alright, so just get these put up on here. We've got the trees are all cut down, de-limbed. I've cut some of them into lengths that we'll be able to use the axe on. I'm just trying to decide. I had got the wheel loader out. I wonder if I can come in this end and get this one. I'm going to use the big bag handler to come in and pick this part one up here and get that all filled up and out of the way. So then we've got the 2 firewood boxes on the front there. Now I was using the bag handler for that because it's got the strap function on it, but truth be told, it was possessed. The pallet was swaying around all over the place and was just about impossible to use. So we had to use something else to get that on there. So we did get it up on the end, but it wasn't quite how I expected it. So that bag handler might not be too long for this farm. Let's get these bits of wood cut up and put into the firewood boxes. Then we can go down and get them sold and maybe bring back a cultivator with us. So that looks like we have got all the wood pallets full now, all the firewood bins full. So we've got one log there that we've had to cut a bit off, one more, and then a couple more over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 I think. We'll come over with the wheel loader soon, get those tidied up to a position where you can cut them up and get them loaded on to go down to the sawmill. Then we'll have to come over and grab all of this sawdust up, wood chips. Then we want to keep on stockpiling that. But for now, I'm going to take this down to the shop down in the town, because I want to go and pick up a cultivator at the same time, and I might also get a little bit more seed because I don't know how much seed we've still got here for planting our next crops. So we'll head down to the shop and sort those things out. Well, after our leisurely cruise through the countryside, we're down here, made it to the firewood sell point. So if we just pull in here, look at that, 10 grand, or just over 10 grand for those two. That's a nice way to top up the bank account. Which means we can go and start having a look. Now, one thing I am thinking, we're going to have to think about replacing our tractor sometime soon, or adding to our tractor. We won't replace this. But as the farm is growing and we're getting some bigger fields and want to start getting some bigger equipment, I don't want to buy things that are going to be small to use this tractor with the horsepower requirements, to then have to want to buy something bigger a little bit later. Seems a bit backwards. So that's something else to think about. But we'll get in here, we'll organise a little bit more seed, more bags of seed, and then we will have a look at a cultivator as well at the same time. So I've had a little bit of a look around for some options for cultivators, disc harrows. Now we're limited by the tractor being 45 horsepower. I come over here, I did find this 4 metre cultivator here, only $5,000. It requires 60 horsepower. Now I could gamble our paddocks, our fields are pretty flat, but it is quite a bit more than what we have, 45 for a metre more. I can go to the GT cultivator. This is the one that comes with the tent, which I think might be our best option. It's $2,500, so it's half the price, 3 metres wide, and I know it's going to work on the tractor. This one here is 110 horsepower, so we're not going to pull that. We could do this one at 3 metres wide. It's a rear hitch. In fact, that might be a better option because it goes at 9 miles versus 7 miles, and it's cheaper. So we can probably see if we can put it in a different colour, $50 there. But it looks more like it'd suit our tractor there, being a bit more of a faint colour. That's an option. And just quickly, disc harrows, there's a couple in there. 70 horsepower though, 2.9 metres. This old John Deere disc harrow, which I've used before, 3.2 and 40 horsepower, so that would be an option. But I actually think we're going to be better off going with that cultivator I was just looking at. So we'll get that bought, and we'll get some bags of seed as well. We'll just get the cultivator hooked up there, and we've already put all the seed up in the front. So there we go, that's looking pretty good. So if we head back down to the farm now, and we'll get started on actually moving the rest of those trees, getting those sold, and also then ploughing that field up. At least now we have this cultivator, we could start on the other field as well. So lots to do. We'll go and get started on it. Back here at the farm, just get these bags of seed taken out, figure out where exactly we're going to put them. Usual dilemma I have at the moment. We'll find some space, and we'll get this cultivator unhitched as well, because we want to go and get those logs cleared out of the field so we can get this one right here ploughed. So I think for now we're just going to drop the cultivator off here, and then we'll get the seed put away in the shed. Trailer hooked up, and we'll go and get those trees done. We've got the tractor and trailer over here. I'm just using the loader here with the log fork on the front. Just going to try and push these logs into a bit of a pile. Make it a little bit easier to cut them all up and keep them all nice and neat. And then it'll also help us to pick them up with the forks and get them loaded onto the trailer. We'll just get these tidied up, and then we'll get some cut up and off down to the sawmill. As you can see, I've got the logs all lined up there, and I'm just using this one on the front. I've cut it to the length of the trailer, so I'm just going through. I'm going to cut these all up to length so we can put them in the trailer, and we'll have to get some of them on the front. Obviously we won't be able to put lengths like this on, we'll have to just see what's left over. But if I do this, we should make it a little bit easier to load the trailer up with as many logs as we can. The logs are all cut up. All should be about the right length to go on the trailer, so now the challenge is going to be to try and pick a couple of them up at a time. It's always a little bit difficult with this pallet fork, or log fork, sorry. We'll see how we go. We can get a couple like that without them sliding off. That one's going to go sliding. Joys of farm sim logging physics. Looking forward to seeing if there's any improvement in the next game. But we'll just get these all loaded up. I'll probably get them all sold. I'm not sure if I'll show you it all or whether we'll just do it, but I'll at least show you the first load, and then we might just get the rest sold so we can get into some of the cultivation. It's taken a wee while and a lot of moving around. You can see from all the tracks there to finally get this loaded. Now I feel like I've probably bitten off more than I can chew. This is looking a little bit dodgy. There we go, I've lost one already. These ones on the back, I'm crossing my fingers they're going to make it all the way down to the sawmill. I don't think they would have if we still had our rougher track, so we'll see how we go. And we should get a decent amount of money for this load. There's a fair few logs in there. We were averaging about 2.5 to 3 grand a load, so I'd hope this might be closer to 5, possibly 6. But we'll get down to the sawmill and see. Well, there you go. I surprised myself. And apart from that one log we lost in the field, we've made it all the way down here with all of the others intact. Actually, the roughest part was actually driving on the road. The few potholes and things up there. Let's just get around here, get this all sold. Here we go, 6 grand. Another good income from that. So there's at least one more load of that size, so it's be another 6 or maybe even close to 10 grand of trees up there, which would be fantastic. Get those all down here and sold as quick as we can. But I think I will I'll get that done off camera. I'll probably just show you selling those loads, seeing how many we get and what we end up with. This is our second load down here, and it's actually all that was left. I surprised myself. They would have managed to get it all in there in one go. We did lose one on the way down, There we go, another 5 grand, so not quite as much again. I guess the diameter of the logs got a little bit smaller than when we brought that first load down. But $44,000 in the bank account. Looking pretty at the moment. So we might be getting closer to actually, what I was talking about before, looking at getting another tractor on the farm. That'll be exciting, and obviously progress towards some of those other additions that I've been talking about. So let's get back. I'll stop and pick that log up on the way. I'll have to cut it up into some smaller pieces to fit into the trailer, and then we can get started on ploughing that field up. We're back from the sawmill. I've got the trailer and tipper taken off the front and the plough hooked up. Before we can start, I'm just going to go get the tractor moved, or the loader. I'll also just quickly throw the bucket on the front and we'll come and pick up all of these wood chips, add to our collection, which we'll have to check out the price on and possibly get some of them sold soon. We got over 2,500 litres of wood chips from all of that, which is a lot more than I was expecting. Just sneak in here under this tree and get them dumped onto the pile. I'm not even sure what wood chip price is. I'm not even sure what that would be worth if we were to sell it, but not a bad amount. Might as well just leave this parked up here on the edge of the grass and we'll jump straight across back into the tractor. We'll go and start getting this field ploughed and extended. Now, looking at it, I reckon we might take that tree out as well. I'll get that cut down soon. Certainly does seem to make a lot of sense to cut that one out. And then if we just run down here, we'll just get the field edge opened up. Come past these two trees, a little bit of a curve. Too much though. We'll carry on down into the corner until we pick a line we can go straight across that way. I reckon about there is good. I probably should have, to be maximising our use of the ground, we should have mown this grass before, but there's plenty of other grass around to mow. But that's just looking at that now, that's going to give us quite a decent extension on this field. I'm pleased I'm doing it now rather than before I did the potatoes. Alright, well that's our new field edge defined. So we're just going to carry on. We've got to get this all ploughed, having had a root crop in it, and then it'll be ready to start getting planted again. I've just noticed our tractor, I have known it needs some repairs for a little bit, but so does the plough, and I think it's affecting the speed we can plough it. I'm just going to head into the house here, grab our toolkit, and we'll go and get this repaired. Hey Dogsy, how you doing? We'll go and get the tractor and plough repaired, and then we can carry on with the ploughing, hopefully, a little bit more efficiently again. Alright, so we'll just get the tractor repaired first, and then we can get the plough there done as well. Alright, we'll just get this moved out of the way. We'll just put it down here in the shed for now. Probably a better place to leave it anyhow so we have better access to it. At least carry on ploughing and see if that's made a little bit of a difference or not. We go at least an extra mile per hour, which will make the difference. And a little bit faster. Well, let's just get started on a bit of a time lapse, get this one ploughed, and then we'll jump straight over and cultivate the other one, I think. There we can see everything is ploughed, and we should probably need a little bit of lime there. So you can see how much we've increased the field by, which is a decent amount. It's going to make it much better, and even compared to size, it's still quite a bit smaller than our other field, but bigger all the same. So I'm going to go and we'll get the cultivator hooked up and head over to the oats field and get that one done as well. Alright, there we go. That is the cultivator hooked up. Now, interestingly enough, because of the way this tractor works, I can actually leave the plough on the front and have the cultivator on the back. So if we had to plough a field and then cultivate it, we could actually almost do it in one pass, which would be quite handy. But we're not going to do that this time. We are just going to run the cultivator down here into the what was the oats. Field number 2, I guess would be the best way to describe it, being our second field. So we'll just get in here, put this down. Now there we go, we were meant to be able to run this at 9 miles per hour, so just pop back a little bit so we can see, and there we are. This is good. It feels a bit faster than the 7 miles per hour ploughing, so we'll get ourselves around the field. We'll put this, and I might actually try and do a little montage this time. We've had a couple of time lapses in this episode. Well, it will be quite a long one. There's been quite a bit of work done today. It's almost midday, and we started about 8 o'clock in the morning, so close to 4 hours of work. So we'll try and get a bit of a montage done and see when we're finished. And we're all done. Field finished, which is good. That was actually worked quite well. I was quite impressed with that cultivator. 9 miles per hour. It certainly got through that field pretty quickly, which is nice. So it is all ready to plant now, which is good. So we'll be getting into that next time. As for the other field here, it is all ready to plant, bar a little bit of lime just down here on the area we ploughed. It had the grass on it, so we will we'll sort that out next time. We've still got some lime here. We've got the spreader, so we can do that pretty easily. And we've got seed, we've got the planter, so we'll be cracking straight into some planting next time, which will be good to see. We'll just drop this cultivator off again where it was. We'll take the plough off the front as well, because that is where the seed box needs to go, and we'll call it quits. So I'll sort that all out, but for now, thank you all very much for watching. do hope you have enjoyed that episode, and I will catch you in the next one.